Hi everybody, this is Samir Kumar from Remax Hallmark. At the moment, everybody's wondering how the Covid-19 pandemic is going to affect the real estate market in downtown Toronto and the surrounding GTA. And that's what I'd like to discuss with you today. A lot of my clients are asking me, Samir, how do you feel that the market is going to be affected by this Covid-19 pandemic? I feel to answer that there's a few points we must consider. The number one being that this COVID-19 crisis, this pandemic, is not a permanent condition that we have to live with. Yes, the market is going to be affected. How long? 3 months, 6 months, maybe to the end of 2020. But the effects will change as time goes on. Second of all, when you're analyzing the market, you have to analyze that if you are looking the market is different as a purchaser and as a seller. The market conditions are very different on your role in the real estate market. Are you a seller or are you a buyer? That is key. And thirdly, what sort of purchase or sale are you trying to make? Is your purchase or sale an investment or is it your personal property? That changes the things again. So coming back to the first point that this pandemic is not a permanent condition, currently the market is operating at about a 30 to 35% activity. Please understand that this is not a real estate crisis. The crisis we are going through is an engagement crisis. At the moment, we cannot engage buyers and sellers into coming together and transacting to sell or buy a property. But once the numbers start coming down and people are comfortable going out using their protective gear, I feel that the activity in the market will increase. If that happens, you can assume that the market will come to about a 50% activity by July and August, and about a 75 to 90% activity in the fall market, and hopefully by end of the year, we'll be at a 100% operating market. Second point of is, how does the market affect you according to your role in the market? So I've always told my clients that if somebody's in the market in December and is looking to sell, what does that tell you as a purchaser? That person has to sell. So if there's a seller who's on the market at the moment and is allowing even the agent to come in or one buyer to come in on their own at a time, that should tell you something about that seller. That seller needs to sell. And at this point, when the number of buyers has shrunk to 35%, and I was looking to buy a property, it's a great opportunity for me. Number three, what sort of property are you looking to buy? Great time to buy investments. As I always tell my investors, target people who are on the market in smack in the middle of holidays. Those guys are on the market because they need to sell. There's a lot of condo projects coming up. The Toronto condo market has always been flooded with pseudo investors who have staggered closings. It's a great time to jump on those condos. However, if you are buying a principal residence, so let's say you've sold your home, okay, and now you're looking to buy, you have to understand that residential real estate minimum cycle is 5 to 7 years, right? So if you looking to buy a home for your family and you find that you like something, then I would say go ahead. Yeah, try to get a better price, but make a move, because schools are still going to start in September, right? Whether they are online or not, you need to get your children registered in those schools. So you will have to move. And if you like a home that meets your needs, I think you should make an offer on it. Be aggressive in the pricing, but you should, because again, if the number of buyers has shrunk to 35%, so has the number of listings. People who do not have to sell residential homes will not come on the market till they're comfortable. You have to keep that in mind. It's not completely a buyer's market either. If a buyer who needs to buy, they have sold their home, well, they're in a bind as well. So I would suggest you, if you can get a home that works for you, make a move, make an offer. Yes, negotiate aggressively, but don't be of the mindset that, oh, I think because of COVID-19, the prices are going to crash. I don't believe so. I think there will be less activity. People who don't have to sell won't sell. but there's not going to be a price reduction or a price drop in the market just because of COVID-19. People just won't move. Simple. However, when it comes to investments, very different. That's a different reasoning of why somebody's on the market. So I hope you found this informative. If you have any concerns, if there's anything I can help you with during the COVID-19 crisis, please get in touch with me. Thank you for your time. You take care.